So,
Basically, right.
so they,
For those listening in video land, we're talking about the Run for the Fallen event that was held on the 24th of September. And the thrust of our comments from all of us is that it was very well organized and very well done. And we'll be glad, I think, to have them back next year.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let me go ahead and formally open this special meeting of the Waterville Valley Board of Selectmen. Monday, the 26th of September. Rich Rita, the chair, joined today by Vice Chair Margaret Turner and Select Board Member Bob Freeze. And I see we have one major item, the review of the 2022 MS1 report and our valuations.
yeah, so you have
Final
your total
valuations. Yeah, we got
valuation
that.
list, and
Yeah.
this is actually the one that I'd like you to
This is
sign.
only sign.
Yep.
Okay,
I want to make sure that we didn't, did you just send it to the PDF or? how
no,
did you get it?
this was on the table.
Oh, that was on the table. You
Or
can
no,
sign that.
or
You know, I didn't send it.
No, you can, I know that this for sure
is the one you want us to sign.
So
I-
no changes, no changes to the total valuation list. As I told you, we had a gross at the end of that total valuation list is a gross amount previously
Right,
and a new gross amount. And I had mentioned that, I didn't know how much the exemptions would affect the valuation for the actual tax rate setting.
Right.
So now with the MS1, we know what those numbers are gonna be, so we're looking at going from 333,626 as our total valuation last year. That is now 495,024. And then for the education funding, Bob, you haven't been through this yet, but they removed the utility values from the total valuation when they calculate the state education tax, because the utilities pay their own bill to the state. And that number went from 330,959,000 to 491,584. So
Without the utilities.
without the utilities. So that's why you'll see when we get the tax rate setting sheets, you'll see those two different numbers used in the calculation of the tax rates. That is an increase of about 48%, 48.4% in the taxable property value, that 495 number.
Right.
And then 48.5 for the utilities in their overall valuation. So we're doing very well. I think a way for us to do our comparisons, because the 2022 tax rate is going to be significantly different, lower than the 2021 rate, right?
Right.
So for our comparison's sake, if you took the exact tax effort that we had in 2021 and you put in the new values, the tax rate would have been 1055 instead of 1566.
with the budget that we,
With the budget that we had
had.
approved and the school
Right.
budget, the county budget.
all of
And
that.
I have a sheet and I'll put it in your packet for Wednesday, so that you can see how that breaks out. But so when we are comparing the 23 budget estimates and tax rate estimates that we have and all that, we should be using the starting point of 1055. We'll figure out a way during the budget hearings to explain that to people.
Mhm.
But,
Right.
so right now I'm estimating, and I don't have the exact final numbers yet, but it looks like our rate for 22 will be $10.91. with
The 2022 budget,
the 2022,
which will be the first half will be December.
the second half.
The
You've
second
already
half,
paid you prepaid the
first half, right, yeah.
So what's the difference between the 1055 and the 1091?
36 cents,
And
but percentage
budget.
wise,
120
percentage wise.
why?
Is the
Why?
20, it's the budget.
Because the budget's changed.
Our budget went up
The
in
budget went up.
2022.
Right.
We spent more.
And Mark, just so folks
I
understand,
didn't-
just so folks
I don't know the
understand
percentage.
this.
Yeah.
In general,
Mhm.
if your property, your individual property went up less than the overall.
Yeah.
You're going to see a slight decrease in the
Correct.
amount that you're gonna pay,
The gross tax.
the
bill,
gross
yes.
tax bill
Yep.
that you pay.
Mhm.
So what was the amount overall again, 1.48?
4.3 or
4.3,
4,
43%? Is it 43%?
It's 32.61, 32%, 32.6. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I had heard of.
Well, that
40.
was the gross number.
So, but it's
when we
actually
were
gonna
doing
be-
the comparisons of the gross numbers, but
Right.
when we take the exempt properties out and
Okay,
everything else.
I see.
So this rate change was 32.6%.
Mhm. So if you had an individual property that went up 32.6%, you'd be paying the
The-
same taxes.
If our tax effort, if all the budgets were exactly the same,
Right.
yes.
But they're gonna go, if you were at that exact number, it
Mhm.
should go up a little, right? Because
It
our
will.
budget in 2022
Is slightly higher.
higher, so your December tax bill is probably gonna be a little bit more than your
Yeah.
July,
Okay,
Just a tiny.
just a touch.
Yeah.
Right, because 1 equals 1 point,
And we'll
326,
be able to
right.
tell people what those changes, once we get the tax rate for
Right.
22.
Mhm.
Now that when you sign this MS1, we'll upload it to the state. We've already submitted it electronically. When, now that DRA has all of our information, all the school information has been turned in. All of our required forms are turned in from the town.
Mhm.
The county's done their apportionment. Our county budget, our county share went up about 5.5% or so. And that's based on total valuation of Grafton County, Bob, and our share of it. So everything is in now that we've submitted the MS1.
Did we receive any money back from the school budget?
I don't,
We don't
all I
know.
see is the gross numbers. I've got to wait until DOE, the state DOE approves their forms, and then I
Okay.
can give those to you.
Okay,
We can see it.
all right.
I think they had some return on there.
That's what I
fund
seem
balance,
to
but,
recall too.
yeah.
I know they have something that allows them to
Yeah.
keep a contingency, but I think they exceeded that, so.
They did, I don't have the exact numbers,
Yeah, I
but they
don't
mentioned
know
at a
the
couple
exact
select
numbers,
board,
but-
school board meetings. about it.
We will get all of those forms that we'll be able to download them. and
So
look at them.
when does the final tax rate get set?
I expect it'll be set this week. So,
And then we decide as
And then
select
you
board
just-
whether
yeah.
we want to accept that or
Right.
do something different. Yeah.
so, I don't know that we can get it by Wednesday, but if we do, I'll make it a part of the agenda for
Okay.
Wednesday. And we're still in the running to be number one. With a reval, which is pretty good. So Whitney has done a great job getting our information in.
And if we don't do it this Wednesday, we'll cover it the next regular board meeting.
I don't want to wait that long.
Well, I
if
think
it's
you're-
already- Oh, you'll be gone.
I think you're gonna be gone for
Well,
8 days.
I will press them to
Maybe.
get it done.
Wow.
Yeah,
If
Oh, that's
Scotia-
right.
Nova Scotia is still there.
Right, okay,
if the house you were
Right.
gonna go to is still there.
I figured I'll call tomorrow,
what time are you leaving Thursday, assuming you're still leaving Thursday?
10, maybe 10.
Okay, so we couldn't do it in the,
No, but we'll try to get it done Wednesday. I'll have a very good approximation. We just like to try to do it as early in October as we can, so maybe
Get
as soon
the-
as Bob gets back, we can.
get the bills
have a
out.
meeting. Yeah, we want to get the bills out.
Okay,
So,
Any-
any other questions? Things were looking pretty good, I think.
okay. So do I have a motion to
Approve.
approve this, the summary inventory evaluation, otherwise known as the MS1 for 2022?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bring a pen.
Looks like you've been painting.
Yeah. The cleanup is the hard part.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially off the skin.
I don't have anything else. We'll just have our 3 o'clock on Wednesday. I'll get you the packet tomorrow.
Okay,
The road, we thought that the road was only going to be half closed. They're working again across West Branch Road at the end of the bridge. They're putting in the utility conduit. We thought they were gonna do half a road at a time, but they cut the whole road and they have blocked it off. So we've got some
I just tried
signs
to
up.
come that way, so.
I expect that will be done by this afternoon. They'll be across the road. So we are still waiting for one more change order and one more change in the connection at Well House 2, trying to figure out a way to do it without any service interruptions on River Road and West Branch. So the engineers are working on that right now, and we should have something by later today or tomorrow for that change order. That could be a pretty expensive change order. But I'll let you know Wednesday what that is.
Change order for,
Just making the connections between well 2 and the treatment building.
oh,
And
Okay.
the new distribution line at the new crossing. When they dug up near well building 2, what they found in the ground was not what was on the as-built from the last project. So they found.
what a surprise, right?
And they found a rock about the size of
Gibraltar.
yes, a very small car, that they couldn't move. So they are trying to figure out how to make the connections properly. Yeah.
So is that
exactly.
allowable to have a change order for that?
Yes. We have a contingency amount that should be right now with the engineer estimate should be sufficient to cover the change order, but that comes from the contractor, and then we negotiate after they give us the number.
Right.
So,
Yeah, all our projects have a roughly 10%
yeah, we try to have at least 10%
contingency. For contingencies like this.
Yep.
Okay, could I have a very, very quick non-public session?
Sure.
sure,
Okay, can I have a motion to go into non-public?
So moved.
All in favor?
I.
Aye. Just let me know when we're free, and clear.